And welcome inside the Backstage Pass. Always a busy day here. And of course, the final few shows rounding out this week. And hard to believe we're halfway through the month of January 2024 here, presented by our friends over at Bangtail Whiskey. Check them out at bangtail.com. And of course, the Caden Gordon Show.com. Today's best country mix out there, the Caden Gordon Show.com. We're out there at KKTC True Country 99.9, one of our stations. And of course, High Tide Country .net. Well, I'll tell you what, I've heard the word shadow come up today too a few times, and we probably were chasing them here with this winter time too. And with the pun intended there, Chasing Shadows was the last single. Some good news coming up here in a few weeks. January 26th, Might Have Met a Girl. I just love the title. It just makes for a great country song. As a Nashville recording artist, Pryor Baird joins us here on the show. Pryor, how you doing, brother?
I'm great, my man. How are you?
Good to see you, man. Like I said, you were showing me some of the snow there. You got some snow in Nashville. This is a worse time of the year for winter, right?
I'm telling you, I haven't seen it snow like this here for quite a while, and I haven't seen it snow like this in a while.
We got some temperatures here in Texas where I'm at too, and it was like you woke up this morning, you're like 22. Like that's not Texas typical.
No, no, our hot water froze the other night.
Really? Wow.
Yeah. Froze, and I said, man, I had to get me a little space heater and put it on there to get it to warm up the frost.
It's brutal weather, no doubt, with this winter, and it never knows when to stop. Hopefully, I guess what's it? The groundhog sees the shadow or doesn't see the shadow. Well, I'd like for an early spring, knowing that is a superstition out there too, and some people believe in that. Hey, look, I know the story. I love what you did. You auditioned for The Voice there back, I believe, it was season 18, just a few years ago too. Of course, coached by Blake Shelton, the legendary Blake Shelton too. I guess just talk about this path, man. You've been on fire over the last few years, coming off a show like that, which is a terrific platform to use for your artistry and to showcase your music. But tell people a little bit of the backstory as far as auditioning for that show and really learning a lot from that particular brand.
Man, I really did, and I wouldn't say I really came out there on fire. I'm trying to keep the fire lit. If you know what I'm saying. But The Voice was definitely a huge catapult for me, and I think it can be for anybody if you use it for what it's for, and you go into it with a plan. And I did not go into it with a plan until about halfway through, and I was realizing, okay, this is something I can really do. I got on the show because a friend of mine had done really well, got me a private interview down in Georgia, so I went down, and I didn't think being on a reality TV show was something I definitely didn't think I would ever do. And I went down there and interviewed, and they said, man, we loved it. Would you like to go to LA? And I'm like, sure, I guess. So I went out, met some great people and made some great connections and made some great friends. And off of that, came Pryor and Lee with my then partner, Caleb. And, we worked on that. And before we got a duo or our record deal as a duo, we were busting our butts, pounding the pavement every day, trying to make it. But I'd been here long before I'd ever been on The Voice. I'd been here 7 years before that even happened, pounding the pavement, doing everything I could to make sure I could, still play music. I roofed houses. I ran a construction company. I cut grass, handyman service, anything and everything I could do. But once I got on the show and realized that this could really work, I'll never forget where I was. I was sitting at the Honor Bar in Beverly Hills, which you're not supposed to be a mile from a hotel. And I was about 40 and sitting there having a Grony and a chicken sandwich. And I said, you know what? I'm quitting my job and I'm quitting everything. And I did. And I called my boss and I said, I'm not coming back. And when I did that, I knew right then, I was like, oh man, you've always been 100% in, but now it's like no joke. I had a company car, credit card, health insurance and 401k and benefits and blah, 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 blah. And well,
the rest is history, no doubt. I love it. Just hey, mailing it in for what you believe in, and so far, I tell you, man, it's worked out too. And definitely, you're right. Trying to keep the fire lit is something all artists want to do. But I love your sound, and let's talk about this last single that came out. We actually played it on the station this morning, KKTC, when I did my radio call in, and we were promoting the show today too, which a lot of great feedback from the listeners out in New Mexico and up into Colorado. Chasing Shadows, man, this was just like the really kind of that soulful country song that I love so much too. Great lyrics, great instrumentation. Had to be a lot of fun when you were presented with this one. I guess the writing of this one is so special, and it just felt like a real experience.
Yeah, it was. I wrote it with Jason Gant and Scott Skelkoff, and it's really funny when I always play this song live. You know, I always ask people, be like, by a show of hands, how many people remember the movie Peter Pan? And people are like, and it's like, I know it's a weird question, but chasing shadows is kind of a weird thing to. What does that really mean? And I said, you remember in Peter Pan when, I don't even remember what the kids' names were, but they were chasing Peter Pan's shadow on the wall and they never catch it. And they were always trying to catch it. And I was like, man, there's something to that. It's almost like when you lose somebody or something happens or you want somebody back and you're going through a hard time and you still see that person, you still smell that person, you still feel that person, especially when you live with that person or something, it's like, God, I'd do anything to have you back. And I just feel like I'm chasing shadows on a wall and I can never grab hold of it, even if it's your own.
It's true, and it makes for a great country song. And I can tell you this, man, they loved it this morning on the station too to play it, and of course working into the rotation now too. It's a great single and a new one coming out. Might Have Met a Girl, January 26th. Let's talk about that too, because new music always great to come out with. I saw a little bit of the snippet of the Instagram reel that you guys have put up too as well. Love what I heard too, and of course the same night is the Grand Ole Opry debut, January 26th. How did that make you feel when you got word not just a single coming out, but the Opry debut at the same time?
Well, it was all a surprise, 100%. I had, we were supposed to be celebrating one of our team members. We're supposed to be celebrating her birthday, and they got me good. I had no idea. And my manager says, if I got to get up and take a phone call, it's just, I was like, yeah, you always do that. Whoopee. And she came back in, it was Blake, and I was like, oh, hey, cool. And we talked for a minute. I was like, okay, this is awkward. I'm going to give you here you go, pass you off. And so I passed him off. And he came back and said, you want to play at the Opry? I said, no shit. No kidding. For real? So that's a dream come true for sure.
I tell you what, Center Circle, man, some of the best in country music have graced that for many, many years. The legends and, of course, the up-and-coming artists and a lot of the members on the Grand Ole Opry stage. I got to go for the first time last year and just actually take in a show, and it was everything, and then some out there, too, as well. I tell you what, I know you got the guitar handy, too. And we got to come back, take a little time out here, pay some bills on the show, and, of course, come back. A couple of songs for you today, including the upcoming release, Might Have Met a Girl, January 26th, coming out across all those digital platforms and at PryorBaird.com too as well. So we'll take time out for our friends at Bangtail Whiskey and, of course, the Caden Gordon Show.com, today's best country mix. Appreciate what our sponsors do out there. KKTC, True Country 99.9, and also HighTideCountry.net, and powered by the Sports Guys Podcast.com. Coming back with a performance. Stay tuned.
The Caden Gordon Show is a 2-hour show playing the best in country music. So check it out at thecadengordonshow.com. Again, that is thecadengordonshow.com.
The Bangtail pour is comprised of a sweet corn mash base. The front has a subtle sweetness and not too sharp. It has notes of a medium char or white oak for a smoky flavor in the middle, and the tail has a super smooth and warm finish.
Go behind the scenes with some of the biggest artists in music today with the Backstage Pass, powered by the SportsGuysPodcast.com. Join Brandon Morrill and his co-host Kirsty Krause as they talk to rising stars and legends about their music careers. Listen to their latest tracks and learn fun facts about the men and women behind the music you love. And be sure to tune into the Backstage Pass Monday through Friday from 3:30 to 6:30, powered by the SportsGuysPodcast.com. And welcome into the Backstage Pass. And back here, Pryor Baird on the show, the Backstage Pass, again, powered by that very website, the SportsGuysPodcast.com, and, of course, out there, too, where you can find us, Radioland syndication, KKTC, True Country, 99.9 in Taos, New Mexico, Ski Town, and, of course, out there in Colorado and Oklahoma, HighTideCountry.net. Might Have Met a Girl comes out January 26th, and if you hadn't noticed, all the music is going to be awesome. I cannot wait for the full version to come out, too, as well. Download, pre-order as of right now. And the Grand Ole Opry debut for Pryor will be January 26th, that same night at the beautiful Opry House. So I'll tell you what, hey, wherever you want to start, too, a couple of great songs today. The single, time for performance time here on the show. It's all yours, my friend.
Better. I'm a little chasing shadows since you like that one so much.
Let's do it. Here we go.
look down all the picture frames, but your smile's still driving me insane. In my dreams, up and down the hall, girl, no matter what I do, can't get high enough to get over you. You ain't here, you ain't really gone. I'm chasing shadows on the wall, like this house is haunted. Can't wrap my arm around it, can't put my finger on it. They say, out of sight, out of mind. Since you left, I'm going out of mind. No matter if the lights are on or off, I'm chasing shadows on the wall. Oh, 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 oh. I taste your kiss, I feel your touch. I think I got about as much chance of catching you as I do the wind. Never did believe in ghosts, but here you are, and there I go, round and round in circles once again, chasing shadows on the wall, like this house is haunted. Can't wrap my arm around it, can't put my finger on it. They say, out of sight, out of mind. Since you left, I'm going out of mind. No matter if the lights are on or off, I'm chasing shadows on the wall. Well, now I gotta get a grip. I can't move on like this. I'll be alright until then. I'm chasing shadows on the wall, like this house is haunted. Can't wrap my arms around it, can't put my finger on it. They say, out of sight, out of mind. Since you left, I'm going out of mind. No matter if the lights are on or off, I'm chasing shadows on the wall. I'm chasing shadows on the wall. Yeah.
I like it, baby. I love it. One of my new favorite country songs out there too. And it's just, you could be having the worst day ever, but boy, put that thing on, you'll be whistling all day long. You feel like what's that old show I used to love watching, or my kid loves now? Oh, she loves Daniel Tiger. She'd be in the worst mood, put that show on. She's like, I said, baby, that's like a great country song. And my daughter now too. She'll just hum it and have a good time and enjoy that too, as much as they get you in a good mood right there. Pryor Baird here, the Backstage Pass, chasing shadows out there too, across all those digital platforms. Might Have Met a Girl comes out January 26th, the new single for Pryor, and also that same night, the Opry debut at the Grand Ole Opry too. You know, I loved a lot of it too. You know, people talk about that. You mentioned The Voice and kind of going through that whole, series of shows, and of course, coached by Blake. When you look back and you see how that show has grown so much, and they've put legend after legend for coaches on there too. To me, Pryor, it just feels like there's so much more to gain in just kind of being a sponge, soaking up that knowledge of like a Blake Shelton who's done it all in the business. Talk about just, the experience of coming off something like that. You mentioned, trying to keep the fire lit, but the experience you gain from working one-to-one with a coach like that.
Yeah, not only just working with the coach, but working with an entire team. There's a reason why that show's been on TV for so long. It is a machine that works, and everybody on that show, like, it's real.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I was on the show, it's real. There's no fake phony about it. Everybody's like giving their best. The band is unbelievable. Everybody in the band, when you get to step on stage with people like that, it's like, okay, this is a lot of fun. And it really puts the pressure on too, because there was a lot of people on the show that was their first time ever being on stage. And I could imagine that would be very daunting to get up there and like that, be like, okay, ready? And like, no, I'm not. Well, here you go. You're on stage and live.
Mm-hmm.
So there's a lot of stuff to take in. It was a lot of fun. I learned a lot from Blake. I learned a lot from the producers. I learned a lot from the show. I learned a lot from the band. You learn a lot about yourself too while you're out there. You're out there for on and off about a year.
Mm-hmm.
You're around people that you don't know, sharing a room with people you don't know. And, but man, what an experience. The friends you make and I had a great time. I learned from everybody, and I would go back and do it again in a heartbeat.
No doubt too. Hey, I love to get a chance to hang out and listen to your EP, the Pryor Baird EP that came out there 2019 too as well. All Over Me. I wanted to highlight a song there too that I enjoyed listening to so much. What a great way to set a tone for that particular EP. Tell us all about that one and the EP itself to get some music into the fans' hands back in 2019.
So when I came off the show, again, trying to keep the ball rolling, trying to keep things moving, I was brand new. I mean, in the business, I'd been here a long time, but I didn't know what I was doing. I didn't know anybody. And there's a guy, his name is Trent Willman, and everybody knows Trent Willman now. He's Mr. Kojo, and him and I made that record together. Actually, he made the record. He told me what to do, and I was just kind of doing what I thought I needed to do at the time. And I think every artist can actually look back in their career and look at their first or second or third album and be like, what the world was I doing? It's kind of like going back and look at your, like, you know, your junior high school pictures of your high school, your freshman year. You're like, oh my God, what was I wearing? What was I doing? I still love the music. It's great music. It just, I think you have to go through all the stages of yourself and be like, okay, who am I? And what is my sound? And what am I doing? And gosh, that was a hell of an experience. That was a damn good learning experience for me too.
Love it too. At the same time, there's another one off there too. It was I Don't Want to Live That Long, and it actually was next to last song on.
I love that song.
Just a great song, Pryor. Love that one.
I love that song, man. That's a great song. It's a get up and move song. It's a lot of fun. Yeah, that was one of my favorite songs on that record. I love that record, man. Don't get me wrong. There's some great songs. Fall. What a amazing.
Good stuff right there. Yep. Love that record so much. And then another single I was going to touch on before we do another performance was You Are to Me. And just what a great country song there, telling a great story. Lyricism, very good on that one too as well. Great writing in that particular song.
That's that would be Tranny Anderson and Nate Smith and Jonathan Smith. And they wrote that song. It got pitched to our record label and got pitched to me, and I heard it and I said, man, I'm always about the best song in the room. I don't care if I wrote it or somebody else wrote it.
Yeah.
And as soon as I heard it, I said, man, that's an amazing song. I love it. But I love soul and I love love songs, man. So I'm a sucker for that. So whenever it comes, you put the two of them together, it's like, well, okay, no whammies here. I'll take it.
Hey, talk about the great team. I've got a chance to get to know Don Delvo, Ali, just Black River Entertainment, which is fantastic, the record deal, and the support staff that you have, because it's a great team.
Man, I got Black River over there. Everybody over there, Gordon, Doug, Rick, Tony. Oh, man, I can't even name them all. Starstruck over there with Narvel and Berkeley and Jamie and Delaney. And then I've got Reliant for booking. And I've got Chris Looney over there with Steve Lassiter and Seth. And then I've got, you know, the greatest attorney on the frickin' planet, man. He's worked with everybody from oh my gosh, what was her name from Greece? Olivia.
Oh, yeah. Yes, correct.
I mean, I just have the greatest team. And if anybody's watching this right now that's like getting into this business, the number one thing you need is a team. There is no I in a team, and there is no M and an E. I know there is, but you have to have the team A first. Because, dude, if you don't, you will not make it. You've got to have a team of people you can trust, believe in, because you can only believe in yourself so much for so long. But if you can get somebody that believes in you, and then you get a whole team, the world's unstoppable. So I have the greatest team on the planet. Black River, Starstruck, Reliant, everybody, man.
It's a great team, no doubt, too. It takes that team behind you, too, to build the culture and the type of artist that you want to be, especially in this business, no doubt, too, whether it be radio or music out there, too, at the same time. All right, let's do another one here on the show. It's Pryor Baird. It Might Have Met a Girl, comes out January 26th. Check it out, too, as well. I know we're going to play it on KKTC out there in New Mexico and up into Colorado, one of our stations out there syndicated on, too, for the Backstage Pass. And I guess let's do that single, right? Let's do it.
Might have been a girl last night, right? Might have been.
Might have.
Yeah. Well, I woke up this morning with that smile on my face. Kind of think I know how it got there. Kind of think I want it to stay for a while. It's just a feeling. It's too early to tell. I don't want to say too much. I don't want to get ahead of myself. So I won't. Yeah, 'cause right now all I know is I might have had a drink. song. Might have wound up staying downtown all night long for the first time in a long time. And I just rolled with it cause I felt right. Might have caught a vibe, might have caught a name. Might have got a number in the pocket of these old blue jeans for the first time in a long time, that's right. Might have met a girl last night. Yeah. Well, my friends keep asking me what happened last night. Wanna say I think I found me somebody. Wanna tell them what's on my mind, but I won't. Yeah, cause right now all I know is I might have had a drink, might have heard a song, might have wound up staying downtown all night long for the first time in a long time. Then I just rolled with it cause it felt right. Might have caught a vibe, might have caught a name. Might have got a number in the pocket of these old blue jeans for the first time in a long time, baby. I might have met a girl last night. I almost forgot what it was to feel this beautiful bounce. Cause I might have had a drink, might have heard a song, might have wound up staying downtown all night long. First time in a long time, and I just rolled with it cause I felt right. Might have caught a vibe, might have caught a name, might have got a number in the pocket, these old blue jeans for the first time in a long time, baby. I might have met a girl last night. I might have met a girl last night. Might have met a girl last night. Yeah.
Oh, yeah, that's right there. Pryor Baird, the Backstage Pass, the new single, Might Have Met a Girl, comes out January 26th. You heard it right here on the show, KKTC. True Country, 99.9 out there, hightidecountry.net, and powered by the sportsguyspodcast.com. We're going to come back, put the finishing touches on the show with Pryor. We'll do a little rapid fire here, a little series of funny questions, have a good time here on the show, which we're doing. He's got a little bit of everything in that voice. I love it so much, man. Black River's own PryorBaird.com. Make sure you guys check it out. Give him a like across all these social media. Final timeout, rapid fire coming up here. Stay tuned. More to come.
The Caden Gordon Show. Today's best country mix is a 2-hour show playing independent and mainstream country music you know and love. Be sure to check it out at thecadengordonshow.com for more information on the show.
The Bangtail pour is comprised of a sweet corn mash base. The front has a subtle sweetness and not too sharp. It has notes of a medium char or white oak for a smoky flavor in the middle, and the tail has a super smooth and warm finish.
Go behind the scenes with some of the biggest artists in music today with the Backstage Pass, powered by the sportsguyspodcast.com. Join Brandon Morrill and his co-host Kirsty Krause as they talk to rising stars and legends about their music careers. Listen to their latest tracks and learn fun facts about the men and women behind the music you love. And be sure to tune into the Backstage Pass Monday through Friday from 3:30 to 6:30, powered by the sportsguyspodcast.com. And welcome into the Backstage Pass. And back here, Pryor Baird on the show, the Backstage Pass. Always busy here, too. A couple of great shows tomorrow. Elise Saunders coming by, too, and also Kaylin Cole. And we'll finish out with another great artist on Friday, Austin Foreman. And coming up here in a few weeks, 90s country galore, Wade Hayes, Craig Campbell, and the one, the only, and I say the only because she is true country royalty, Gretchen Wilson, right here on the Backstage Pass. Looking forward to talking to her about a lot going on here on the show. Back here with Pryor Baird, KKTC True Country, 99.9, also hightidecountry.net, our syndicated stations, and, of course, always at the sportsguyspodcast.com. All right, I'm going to have a little fun with you here, rapid fire. So here we go with this one here. Favorite hobby away from music?
Flying airplanes.
Really? All right.
Yeah.
How long you been doing that now?
About a week. No, I'm just kidding. No, man, I love airplanes. It's just something that I've always been infatuated with, and ever since I was a little kid, man.
I love that. Good stuff. Like flying airplanes. That's the first one I've had. I'd say get into aviation, flying airplanes. Just enjoy that.
Musicians in small aircraft have great.
Which is good, no doubt. I love that at the same time. A lot of good places to eat in Nashville. I'm coming back for CRS this year, too. Looking forward to that, too. Didn't get to everything. Now, I guess the two things. One, people have told me I got to get the Hattie B's chicken sandwich. I just missed it last year because I've just missed it. Other things going on. Where are some of your favorite eating spots in town?
Do you like Thai food?
I do.
Bro, Deg Thai is the greatest Thai food you can have.
All right, got to try it out. We'll definitely have a meeting down there and try that cuisine for ourselves. All right, first song ever to sing live on stage.
Oh, Johnny Be Good.
Johnny Be Good.
No, I take that back. First song I ever sang live. I want to live a good life. It was for the DARE program. I think I was in 6th grade, right?
Wow.
I didn't fucking sing, and my family's like, "What's he doing? He's not. You're supposed to sit down." And I started singing, and now look at me. I'm actually a DARE officer on the 26th to have cocktails before the show.
Love that too. All right, stay in the food category. Toppings that go on the Pryor Baird pizza. What toppings?
Oh man, I'm gonna catch a lot of hell for this. I'm a pineapple, Canadian bacon, and jalapenos, man. But extra cheese. But have you ever met a pizza you don't like?
The only thing I can't stand on.
But
the
I was making it.
What's that?
If I was making it myself, that would be it.
The only thing I can't stand on a pizza, I was going to say, is sardines. I cannot eat sardines on a pizza. That's not my thing. It's not my thing, too. I know we just passed the great holidays, too. How was Christmas? Any good traditions that you got yourself back into with the family? How was Christmas?
Christmas was actually different this year. It was still good, but Christmas was different this year. But it was still good. It was still good.
I like that too. Always, it's like the lights for me and the tree. And what's funny is I still haven't taken down my tree, but it's like just leave it up throughout the year. It just takes up a little space in the corner, and you don't have to put it up next year. Less work.
Trees get to be so expensive. I would pay for a fake one. It's like $400. I was like, I must be looking at the wrong thing. Nope.
I love it. Favorite shows or last show, maybe a series to binge watch. What'd you get into?
Dude, you ever watch favorite show ever? Cheers. I think favorite like show Cheers. Friends. Just watch. What is it? Citizens for Humanity.
Okay. I've not seen that one too. I got to catch that one too. That's interesting. That's gonna. I've got. And what was the other one?
Ted Lasso. Have you seen that one?
Ted Lasso. I've seen bits and pieces of that one.
Dude, it's like modern day Andy Griffith. It is. It's terrible.
I need to definitely check that one out too at the same time. I love it too. Well, I tell you what, man, I love the voice. I love the fact that you cashed in all the chips and went to the table. You're like, I'm doing this. It's music full time. He's awesome at it too. Might have met a girl January 26th across all the digital platforms, and give him a like on social media. And while you're out there, I love surfing the web. PryorBaird.com for all the tour dates, and of course a great team over there at Black River. Brother, hope you enjoyed the discussion, and we got to do this again. Best of luck with the Opry debut and the new single coming out January 26th. Hope you enjoyed it.
Hell yeah, Backstage Pass. Thank you so much. 99.9, baby. I love it. Thank you.
KKTC, of course, HighTideCountry.net, and our friends over at the Sports Guys Podcast.com. We're back tomorrow. Elise Saunders and Kaylin Cole joining us Friday, Austin Foreman, and a whole lot more thanks to our friends over at the CadenGordonShow.com, today's best country mix, and of course out there too, our friends at Bangtail Whiskey. Get you some of that good stuff out there, and when you need a little bit of the voice to take care of music and want to drink a little bit of liquor, hey, a little swaller of whiskey, Hoss Nation. Get it out there too at Bangtail.com. We'll see you tomorrow on the Backstage Pass. Until